It's me, Monroe, and I am joined here tonight, John Neave himself. Say hello, John. That's his hello, apparently. So yeah, we are bored on Halloween because no one, whatever. Um, and we decided to discuss this crazy world of pro wrestling while play some Warframe. How about that?
Let's do it.
Sounds good to me. All right. So first,
Get some candy also, so that the sugar is flowing through my veins.
uh-oh, that is a warning and a disclaimer. So there you go,
A disclaimer.
for sure. Because who knows what you may or may not say. Don't get me kicked off YouTube, please. I just started.
You don't get hype, you stay hype.
Oh boy. See, first strike already for quoting Mojo Rawley of all people. All right. So we are going to find a weapon piece for you, right?
Yes, I need the Fang Prime handle. I'm pretty sure it's the Red Veil title. Let me see. Yeah, Fang Prime handle.
That's what you need it for? I thought you wanted the weapon.
No, no. I just want access to those mods, those weapon mods.
Look at you. This game is ruining you.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
A little birdie told me it was a mod game, so I'm going for mod.
Hey, anybody that knows this game knows this is a mod game. Through and through. But you're going for a weapon piece, so none of that matters. Okay. What missions are up for Mesa,
Missile
right?
Fissure. None.
None.
Yeah,
Seriously?
none. I don't know how that's possible. None.
Something you did. There is a Mesa. There's
Yeah.
two. Are you serious?
Mine says 0.
There is a capture and a mobile defense. We can do that capture alone. This handle drops all the time, so it'll be fine.
Let's do a mobile defense though. Can't you stay for longer in a mobile defense?
No.
Hmm. All right then. Yeah. Let's just do the capture.
All right, let's
Queue it
see.
up whenever you're ready to go.
Sure. I can queue it up
What level is it?
whenever I'm ready to go. It's like 18 or something like that. It's easy. Easy peasy.
All right.
Don't worry. I'll carry you. Don't worry about it.
Keep talking shit.
That's what I do best, though. I'm going to run with my girl, Saren, because she is my girl. And I'm going to.
Bringing Frost back out.
Oh, Frost, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Whoop de doo. Guess I had to do all the work again. Hey, y'all. Thank you for joining us on this lovely Halloween night. Happy Halloween. May you be haunted tonight by many ghouls and ghosts and goblins.
That's a great thing to wish on someone, don't you think?
Absolutely. That's why I said it.
Classic.
You want to do this alone? You want to keep it open, or you want to?
Um, I'll close it up. You said it's easy to open.
Well, that's for me. you know. All right, so I'm gonna cue this up before we get to talking. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Let's see. You said it was. Look at all these relics I have, y'all. I should do more missions. What did you say?
Oh,
Uh oh.
so
Uh
big
oh.
news.
Uh oh.
Apparently, tonight is Dolph Ziggler's last WWE match.
No
He's retiring
way.
tomorrow.
Are you serious?
Tomorrow. Yeah,
Tomorrow?
that's what this guy's saying.
Who is this guy?
Just this Rover guy on Twitter who always breaks the news. He said one more day, and it's true.
Really?
Because he said it been a while. Wait, he said, when was this? He said back in August that in October his contract is up. And now now it's the end of October.
Yeah.
So, well, we'll see.
What do you think about that?
I think he needs to go to Fox News and do that and stay out of wrestling.
What? That's messed up.
Sorry, Dolph. Well, he's a Republican and all that, so.
He is, and he likes to talk about politics, it seems. So, yeah, I mean, he should totally do that. There was okay. I guess I'll just run with this one. Well, good for him. I guess that's weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
That is weird. Weird news there. I queued it up, by the way.
I guess some people said now that he's also signed an extension, so we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, I guess.
I have no idea at this point. This is a capture?
This is a mobile defense.
Oh, okay.
How much do you care, actually, about Dolph?
I don't.
What about y'all in the chat? How much do y'all care about Dolph? This possibly being Dolph's last match. So I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, oh, we got Jason. That I get it. Very cute, Marcellus. You know what? I should probably turn the game volume up. Because I don't think there's any sound right now. Only thing they can hear is me and probably my heavy breathing. So just let me turn it up just a little bit. Alright, so let me... I go to 30. 40. Yeah, sure, Lotus. Whatever. I hope Dolph does well in his future endeavors unless they're still in WWE. I guess. I mean, I don't wish anything bad on the guy, you know? But I'm not a fan anymore. I used to be. Oh, I was all about Dolph. When he cashed in on Del Rio, you remember that? That pop he got?
Keep going. Nobody knows you're here.
The future. I thought of him as like the future of WWE.
Yeah.
So,
A lot of people say booking had a lot to do with it. I really don't think so. I really think once Dolph was giving those opportunities, he was exposed as being kind of sort of limited in the ring, and he was just really popular. And I think that's what got him those following opportunities, was the fact that he was kind of excuse me, kind of popular. But he's not really, I don't think he's really one of those guys that's like a 5-star match machine or whatever you want to call him. I mean, not everybody has to be that, but he just got kind of complacent, I guess. He became boring after a while.
Here is a terminal. Get me in and get ready to defend.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, but see, maybe. I think they're almost the same. Dolph Ziggler and Cody, they're about the same to me.
This will take a moment.
Yeah. Yeah, at this point, yeah. So I don't know. It's time for Dolph to go elsewhere. I used to like him too, and his extreme selling was great, but he's just stale as hell now. That's how I feel also. I think he's just so boring now. He does nothing for me anymore. And this whole, whatever you want to call it, pretending to be a gimmick, or pretending that a gimmick doesn't matter. I don't even know what he's doing, but it's lame, and he's still boring. So
Still working on it.
pretty much. Yeah. And that's not really all on him, I guess, but well, let me tell you something, okay? The words long term in WWE don't really know each other very well. So, well, actually, I take that back because Roman versus Lesnar has been booked for a while now. That is long term. There you go. So, yeah, I don't know. Even Impact would be a fresh something. I just maybe. I mean, it would be
I could see that, but Impact has kind of been like cutting corners with it, so I don't know if they could even afford it.
it would be fresh matchups for him. But as far as character go, I really don't think he's versatile enough to reinvent himself. Or I really think he can only play either one or two gimmicks. I have the package. All scenarios. Um, But yeah, I don't know. I don't think Dolph has it in him to do anything. Like he couldn't pull a Jericho. He can't go somewhere and become another person or another gimmick or anything like that. He really is either that pretty boy or that pretty boy. A good pretty boy or a bad pretty boy. Like that's all really he can do in my opinion. And it's just it becomes boring after a while. I don't know.
Upload me and prepare to defend.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Where is this thing? Oh. Speaking of Jay White, great transition there. Switchblade. For those that don't know, New Japan Pro Wrestling has been. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna waste any time. Wait a minute, let me explain what's going on. So they have been showing these vignettes, as they like to say, about this upcoming or incoming wrestler. And all they really show is this guy with some leather on, and he has a switchblade knife in his hand. He's cutting open some pages of a book that are blocked out by some black marker. It's on YouTube. You can it's Switchblade if you want to find it and look at it really quickly. It's not very long. Yeah, Switchblade is coming. It's a teaser. And the latest one that they showed, I'm not sure which show that was, but it wasn't that long ago. But it had a date on one of the pages as he was cutting with the knife, and it was 11. Was it 11:15? 11:05. So whoops. It was 11/5/17, which will be the date of New Japan's next big show, which is Power Struggle. There is much speculation as to who this person. I cannot kill this guy. There, he's dead now. I just killed the prosecutor if you want to come get his loot. But there is much speculation as to who this person can be. And John can tell you that I have studied and studied this video, trying to find some clues because I love stuff like this. Trying to find some type of clues as to who this person could be. And at first, everybody, well, okay, what did I find? So there's a curia up here. I don't know if you have it or not. Let's see. Oh, I forgot you don't have scariness. Oh, you're so lame. Let's see. So in that video, we figured out, because like I said, he was cutting up some pages of a book. And so we figured out that that book was American Star by Jackie Collins. That's correct, John, right? Okay. And the story basically is a love story, but it tells you of a guy who left. Explain that to me again. He left and did he come back to America? He left America. Which one is it? Ah, okay. Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. Yeah, to become a star, I guess. You know how they all go to New York. Uh-huh. See you, Silas. Appreciate it. Yeah, so that's what that story is about. So we figured that out from looking at the words on the pages. And I also saw, and I don't think anybody else has pointed this out, but there is a point in the vignette where, why are we still here? We can go to the next one. Where let's see. There is a point in the vignette where he has the book in his hand or in his lap, and he is writing some numbers with a black marker, and it's the number. I have no head right now, by the way, and the numbers are 5, and well, the number's already there. 5 is already there, and he writes 3. Um, but while he's writing, if you look closely, you can actually see strings of hair hanging down. That's what I found, and I don't think anyone else has said that, and I'm not crazy. I can see that is hair. Um, and so that right there, it makes me think that it's somebody that has, yeah, long, black, stringy hair. And I think the first person that most people said it was going to be was Sammy Callahan. That correct, right? It wasn't Jay White at first, right?
That's what I heard actually when I first saw the video to present the G1 27 final. It was actually Jay White that was their pick.
Oh, really? It was Jay White.
And then a lot of people started speculating Sammy Callahan because of the switchblade, like all the
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was in a tag team with I don't remember who, but it was called.
South America.
That's right. It was absolutely. It's the Oregon sale over here, and it was called Switchblade something. Whatever. It's Sammy Callahan. I don't really care. Yeah, that's what it was called. And also, he had a DVD come out from PWG called Chronicles of a Switchblade: The Sammy Callahan Story. So, oh, really? So no one can hear John. That's weird. Can y'all hear him talk at all? I'm talking to myself. They say no. How lame. Is that for everybody? Can no one hear John talking? Say something, John.
What's up?
He just said what's up. Who heard it? Give me some feedback, y'all. I was wondering where you were getting the other questions from. They can't hear you. All right, so
Wow. Seriously?
that's kind of lame. So let's see. Let me look at my settings real quick. Sorry about that, y'all. Audio sharing. Include.
I'm doing this.
Speak for yourself. These people know that I have broadcasted many times before. Yes, actually. Let's see. Alright, so you may have to go back into your broadcast settings and see what's going on. Maybe uncheck, then check it again. I don't know. Because we made sure we went into the settings before we thought it was fine. Can you guys hear him now? Say something else, Sean. Synchro is just interesting. Right? Let's see. Waiting on some feedback here. Technical difficulties. Pardon our dust, is what they say in Disney World. Pardon our dust. Sorry for the technical difficulties. That's weird. Anybody? Can you guys hear him? I don't want to talk to myself. Look at my Siren, isn't she pretty? I still don't hear anything but you. Ah, what is that? And you have all 3 of those boxes checked?
I do.
That is the worst. Alright. Let's see.
Alright, I'll turn this up all the way.
Say something now.
Louder for you too, right now.
It is louder, but it's not like too loud or whatever. How about now, you guys? Waiting on feedback. This is lame.
So strange.
Very strange. Nope. Nope. Cannot hear you.
Okay.
So can I unmute this?
Unmute this.
Uh-huh. Say something now.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Can you guys hear that? Now they hear you. Okay, so they can hear you through that. Let me see. I can hear myself through yours though. It's weird. I'm not really sure why.
You can because of my microphone. Now try it.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, there we go.
So I'll just turn this shit off.
Yeah, yeah, you can just turn that off. Sorry about that, you guys. There's John. Yay, he's here.
Hey,
It
my annoying voice for everybody.
Everyone can hear him okay, right? We're good to go now? So I can make Jason all dizzy with my flipping. He said it, he complained about it before. Let's see. Ooh, you see those numbers though. Alrighty. So we are good to go. Thank you guys for that. Sorry. Thank you for your
So what were we
patience.
talking about? Switchblade or something?
Yeah, Switchblade. So we were talking about who it may be, and
Yeah, we were talking about how you thought it was, or people thought it was Sammy Callahan, right?
yeah. Um, I didn't know Jay White was first. I thought Callahan was first, but apparently, oh, you complain. Apparently, Jay White was actually who people thought it was at first. Um, did it go this way already? Ow, she hit me and it hurts. I'm bleeding. So, what are some other names that you heard that it could be, John?
Oh man, I've heard a lot of different names. I've even heard people talking about Chris Jericho um, being a possible name because of all the stuff on Twitter with Kenny Omega.
Oh yeah, their
Because
little feud or
Kenny coming
whatever.
after Omega, but
Mm-hmm.
I think I think that match is more likely to happen on the Cruise of Jericho thing that they're doing, as
Oh
opposed
yeah,
to happening at Wrestle Kingdom.
possibly yeah.
Uh, I don't know. I've heard Jay White. I've heard Sammy Callahan. I've heard Matt Riddle. But
That would be weird.
I think it's Jay White. If I had to make an honest guess at this point, I think it's for sure Jay White.
Well, Jay White definitely fits the black hair, stringy hair hanging down thing that I found. But someone else that you mentioned today also fits that description, and that's Trent
Oh, that's
Beretta.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, why didn't I put this in? I don't know what we're doing. We're not doing a fissure mission because we have not gotten the 10 things yet. This is weird. But anyway, we may have to redo this. I don't understand what's going on. But yeah, so Trent Beretta actually fits that description with the stringy black hair. He also has it. And that would make a lot of sense since Omega was talking about recently how generic he is. And because there was like an article or something that came out about how generic Trent
No, there
Beretta
wasn't an
was.
article. It was actually,
It was like a top 10 or something.
yeah, there was that. Actually, yeah, there was an article. You're right.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
forgot about that. And I
yeah.
also forgot that. Well, what I was more speaking to was how on the Road 2 show that just happened, literally as Beretta was challenging Omega,
Mm-hmm.
Omega said to him something along the lines of, "You're just generic. That's what you're good at," or something like
Right,
that.
yeah,
And
he
he said,
did.
man, I wonder if he's going to show up and not be so generic, and have a character.
Yeah, that's very possible. Um,
See,
yeah, we will see. I'm very excited. They've really kept this a secret, and it could be a number of people. It can be any of the people that we named. It can be so many people that we haven't even thought of, and that's what's so great about it. I miss the mystery part of professional wrestling. WWE completely forgot about that. They don't like surprises anymore, and I don't know why. Surprises are always so exciting, when someone is returning or whatever. I mean, I know they did that Monday when a bunch of people came back, but I mean, really, who marked out for Nia Jax? I mean, come on, let's be honest here.
oh,
Um,
I know.
but I do miss the surprise factor from WWE. Unless it's Royal Rumble, that's really the only time they do it, and it's just not. That's not cool with me. But now I was gonna dress as Jinder for Halloween, but I couldn't replicate The back knee. Oh, that's so mean. Come on, I don't talk
The
about the guy.
back knee. Oh, it's brutal.
That's so
Brutal.
mean. Mean, mean, mean Jason. So yeah, Power Struggle is upcoming. It will be on the 5th, as we said before, and is New Japan Pro Wrestling's.
Remember, remember the 5th of November.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Um, the nerds in here know what that's about. um, yeah, and the card is pretty stacked. Wouldn't you say so, John?
Yeah, the openers are actually pretty good too.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
they are.
Kitamura versus David Finlay, that's an underrated matchup. That could be pretty good.
So it's a one-on-one match.
Yeah. So
Really?
intrigued about
I didn't see that on the card. Maybe I overlooked it.
yeah, that's the first match, the opener. So, and you know that'll be fun. And then, because and I mean, if you're a fan of Kitamura, it'll be fun. Because I'm just a huge fan of the guy. I guess it's intriguing to me, but you know, David Finlay will sell like hell for him, and it'll probably be a pretty good match. And then there's the Young Bucks versus Teton and Dragon Lee, which is
That's gonna be insane.
awesome. Yeah. So the first two matches are really, really solid.
Well,
There's an Lij and Chaos tag match, 5-on-5, 10-man tag, gonna be awesome.
can't go wrong with that. There's a room in here, by the way. For those that don't know, that don't follow New Japan that much or that closely, if you like Goldberg, but you want Goldberg to have way more charisma, then you will like Kitamura. The guy is huge, absolutely huge, but man, is he fun to watch. Right, John? Wouldn't you say so?
He's the man.
He is the man. I like him. I'm not a fan of big guys
I'm really,
at all,
you know,
but he is the man.
we were talking about how maybe seeing Ishii challenged Suzuki for the Never title, how that could be possible at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not going to complain about that. That's fine. But at the same time, I would so love to see Kitamura win the Young Lions Cup and challenge Suzuki.
Yeah.
That match to me would be so fun. And it would make a lot of sense, you know, because Suzuki's the guy who beats the shit out of all the Young Lions, especially Kitamura. So it would be his chance at redemption, you know, like for all the times Suzuki brutalized him. I think
Yeah, I mean, that is his thing. He just destroys the poor young lions. I feel bad for him sometimes, man. He has no respect for those kids. It's like, please just get out of his way. When you see him, when you hear Kaze Ninare, just run.
Just run.
Just run. But let's not forget that Yano is the champion here.
No.
No?
No, Suzuki's the champion.
I thought Yano had the belt.
Yano had the belt because he stole it from Suzuki.
Oh, he stole it. I thought he won it.
No, he stole that shit.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, no wonder he's so
Suzuki
angry.
has not lost the title since he won it from Goto.
From Goto. Gotcha. I don't know why I thought... Because that's why I was like, when did this happen? Because I thought he lost it. Okay. No wonder. So I didn't miss anything. Because I was wondering. You were like, oh, you didn't see that. I'm like, well, I would have known if he won the title. No, he stole it. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. But yeah, I'll be on board with a Kitamura and Suzuki match. Sure.
Excellent work,
Absolutely.
Shadow.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that wasn't a fissure mission, but we're gonna go back in. It's not a problem. We didn't lose anything. Whatever. But yeah,
That's not bad.
yeah, not bad at all. But that is a pretty stat card. I must say so myself. With
Oh yeah, you're excited for the Will Ospreay Marty Scurll match?
I cannot wait to see how many dives there will be and all the flips and all the screaming from Ospreay and all the finger breaks and all the whoop whoop, because that's the sound a chicken makes apparently. I cannot wait for all of that. Villain, who's actually not a villain, he's actually pretty much a face that does somewhat villainous things here and there. Yeah, man, I cannot wait. That was sarcasm, in case you didn't get it. Those guys suck. But anyway, so Tanahashi and Ibushi.
Yeah, that'll be fire for sure.
I think that may be the match that I'm really looking forward to. It's gonna be awesome. Now about this Trent Beretta guy.
About this Trump guy.
how do you, well, let me ask you, how do you feel about Trent Beretta?
As far as
You know, a guy, a husband, a father. I'm talking about a wrestler. Do you think he is he good? Is he charismatic? Do you like him? Do you hate him? What is it?
well, he's been having some solid singles matches, and I think that this match with Omega, I really can't say exactly how I feel about him yet, okay? Because I haven't seen enough of him as a singles competitor to really judge.
Mm.
I think this match with Omega is going to go a long way to determining how I feel about him as a singles competitor. I will say that he's got a great look.
He does.
And he's got a nice looking finisher. And
I guess.
if he could put together a couple great matches, and had a little bit more of a character, I'd probably be a big fan of the guy. But I'm not 100% there yet, so I've got to see it before I believe it. You know, I think he's one of those guys where he's got potential to be great, and he's just not there yet.
Like gender, right?
Yeah, sure. If that's what you call potential.
Enzo. There you go.
That's
Did
right.
I get it right that time?
You got it right. You hit it on the forehead.
Well, I think that maybe Beretta is in for a change. Maybe he would start carrying a switchblade. You see what I did there? Ah, yeah. You see what I did there, huh? Yeah, I remember this guy when he was in NXT. I think wasn't he in NXT? Yeah, and I didn't care for him then. He was just kind of there. He put on average matches. He didn't stand out. And apparently nothing has changed. He may have gotten a little bit better in the ring, but that's as far as it goes. So I would be very disappointed if it was him that was Switchblade, because I'm so looking forward to who this big reveal would be. And I would be pretty disappointed if it was him.
I think that's kind of harsh. You don't think that that's kind of harsh to just like say that if it's one guy, you're not even gonna give it a chance?
No, I mean, I'm not saying that, oh, this guy's gonna suck, I'm not gonna watch him at all because I want it to be someone else. It's just that I am a Jay White fan and I want it to be Jay White. And if it's not Jay White, regardless of who it is, even if it's Jericho, I'm gonna be a little disappointed because I really want it to be Jay White.
Okay, that's it.
That's it. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. He's, like I said, he doesn't stand out to me, and I mean, I'm pretty sure he'll have a good match with Omega, because like I said before, that's not very hard to do. But yeah, he's just a guy right now, and I don't know. It is what it is. I didn't even care for him with
if it is Trent
Roppongi
Beretta,
Vice.
don't hold it against him if he's Switchblade. Like, give him a chance.
Hold it against him?
Give him a chance to prove himself before you knock him. Because I know it's easy when you want something to go one way and it goes another, to let that kind of ruin it for you. Don't let that ruin it for you.
Well,
He'll be pretty. He's not terrible.
Well, of course not. And that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I want it to be. Oh God. I want it to be one person, but if it's not that person, I'm gonna be disappointed. But that does not mean that I'm gonna hope this guy fails and all this other stuff either. No, absolutely not. I just want it to be one person, and it won't be. That's all. Or it may not be, and that would suck. But that's it. That's as far as it goes.
Everyone I've talked to and everyone I've read online says they're like 95% sure it's gonna be Jay White. So I have a feeling you're gonna get fish.
Well, I am sure too, because of the hair that I found in the video that no one else found. I'm gonna rub that in. You're gonna hear about it all night. Yeah, I think it's Jay White also. I really hope so. He's great. He's underrated. He's not the most charismatic person in the world, so he goes under the radar.
So where does he fit in then for you?
I don't see him as a junior heavyweight. Like, I don't want to see him fight. Well, I'm not gonna say that, but I don't think he should go after that title. I want to see him after IC. That's where I think he belongs. Me personally.
Yeah, I would be all about it. That would be cool with me. For sure.
But anyway. And who is Okada fighting on this show? Why did I forget?
He's in this
He's in the
10-man
tag, right?
LJ versus Chaos tag.
Yeah, the main event is gonna be Bushi Tanahashi.
Yeah.
That's what I figured. Okay, I knew I wasn't forgetting something. I doubt myself way too much sometimes. Sucks. But anyway, still should be a very, very good show. Watch New Japan Pro Wrestling to give it a try when this show happens, which is November the 5th. If this is your first time hearing about New Japan or don't know much about it, I think this show would be the perfect opportunity for you to start watching this company and watching their stuff. They put on great content, right, John? Wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah, I mean it's my favorite professional wrestling company right now. So yeah, I'm all about it.
Yeah, I would say give them a shot. It'll be worth your time for sure. If you like professional
If you're
wrestling.
looking for an alternative to WWE and you want something that is different but still fun and you know it's not too indie and it feels kind of like it's it's an alternative. And
Right.
I think New Japan is perfect for fans who are just looking for something new, looking for new people to cheer for and new storylines to get invested in. It's fun.
And
Definitely check it out.
and they do have characters.
For sure.
They do have characters. Some people like to say they don't have character, they don't have storylines. None of that is true. They have all of the above. I highly recommend looking at a group called LIJ, which stands for what, John? That's it. I'm not going to try to say it because I will butcher it. But those guys are amazing. All of them. They're my favorite thing in New Japan. One of, because I love Ishii so much. Did you all see those numbers, though? OP. But anyway, yeah, they are my favorite thing in New Japan right now. I love Evil. I love Naito. They are great. I will highly recommend you guys checking them out. If you like characters, if you like stuff like that, they are great. Any type of good wrestling, if that's what you're looking for, New Japan is the place. A legitimate champion, New Japan is the place. Where titles actually matter, New Japan is the place. So yeah, I will. I don't work for them, I promise. But yeah, I'm all about good wrestling, and that's what New Japan is all about too. So give them a try, give them a chance. I'm sure you'll like it. And that's the end of my infomercial. How about that? Thank you. It was pre-written for sure. No, it wasn't. I cut a promo. What? I can cut a promo. That mean I'd be Raw Women's Champion twice. Cause that's all you need apparently. So let's talk about our favorite, the WWE. Since SmackDown is currently on right now, and we are getting some stuff in the chat about our great champion that is Jinder Mahal. Yeah, I wish I had New Japan sending me checks. That'd be great. They don't have to send me checks. They send me tickets and some candy. They have great candy in Japan. No. So about SmackDown right now, John, what are your current thoughts and feelings on the WWE product today? And please take all the time you like. Just don't try to get too loud. Come on. I'm trying to bring a rant out of him, y'all. Come on. Okay, Jinder Mahal, how much do you love him?
I think he is a symptom of a larger problem.
And that problem is?
That problem is a company that prioritizes all the wrong things.
Heads up, a Grenier assault
like money, like there's a star with it. Like just satisfy. They are aiming to satisfy a sponsor or their sponsors, and not aiming to satisfy its core group of fans, its hardcore fan base, true wrestling fans, people who really, at the end of the day, spend the most money on the product. That they're losing sight of, like, who really supports WWE, what really is the foundation of their company. I think they've lost it. And I think Jinder Mahal is a representation of that, because to me, he's more of like it's more of a money play. He's like, and everybody knew from the moment he was made champion that he was made champion because they were trying to make a play for the Indian fan base in the market over there, and that's now, this is what you get. You get a guy who can't really wrestle, but what they're trying to do is they're trying to get people to spend a lot of money on their product.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess from a business standpoint, which I hear that so often, from a business standpoint, it totally makes sense.
It makes sense.
But I can't stand it personally. It's just not. I don't know. It's not what wrestling is about to me. So.
Well, I guess we kind of see already how the people in the chat feel about gender. Yeah, I don't understand the decision making here. I know we all ask for new things, exciting things, the unexpected, but we also want those things to be watchable. We also want those people to be good at what they do, to, want to be people that we care about, because there are a lot of people in the WWE right now that have a very solid fan base. And I don't understand why one of those people, hello Sammy, couldn't have been chosen for such a push as this. And they went the Jinder Mahal route, and I just, other than business sense, it doesn't make sense to me.
Well, there's also, you got to take into consideration too, I think another problem is WWE has a different fan base. I don't think the fan base that they're after anymore is, like I said, the hardcore fan base. They're more after the casual fans, at least here in America. And therefore, what they're doing is they're booking champions that draw that kind of heat. If that makes sense. They're booking champions that get heat for saying things like American is bad, Americans are, whatever they, racially charged, stereotypical shit, because, most of America, just buys into that kind of stuff. I mean, look at who our president is right now. He got there by basically dividing the country, so don't tell me that the shit doesn't sell, because it does. And I hate to get political about it, but that's what it comes down to. The fact that they gotta have a champion like that speaks volumes. It's like saying, yeah, that's what we're gonna be, just like the president. Okay. Great.
Told you I was gonna get a rant out of you. Haha, you fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. But no, yeah, like you said, it just highlights a bigger problem. Don't die, please don't die, please don't die.
Here is a terminal. Get me in and get
Ooh. Yeah, what their mindset is currently in the WWE is not what mine is, and we just do not see eye to eye on things, and I just do not care about the things they are doing. I'm setting up the thing now.
I got a bubble there.
Okay. It was something I was gonna ask you about.
Honestly, and this is the truth. I was mad about Jinder Mahal being champion, and I still don't agree with it. But I would rather have them change the Cruiserweight champion before they change the WWE champion. I'm fine with Jinder. I'm not fine at all with Enzo Amore. That one really bothered me.
Yeah.
You listen to our podcast, because I'm sure some of the people do. If you listen to our podcast, that shit pisses me the fuck off. Enzo Amore is just a joke. And the fact that he's Cruiserweight champion right now... Two-time
Cruiserweight champion.
Whatever, dude. I can't wrap my head around that. I don't... It's... I don't know what to say. I just don't know. I don't have the words anymore for it. Like, I've gone over it in my head so many times. It's like, I don't see what they're trying to do with that.
Yeah, I don't get it either. What do you guys in the chat think? What do you guys think? Do you guys like Enzo as champion? Is that what you prefer? What's your take on it? Me personally, I don't need a damn organ cell. But okay, I'm coming. Me personally, I don't care for Enzo as a wrestler, period. Enzo, and I said this before, you've heard me say it, Enzo is Jimmy Hart. He is the modern day Jimmy Hart to me. And for those that don't know, Jimmy Hart was an awesome manager back in the day. He would walk around with all those things called bullhorn. And he was called a mouth of the South because there's one thing he did not do, and that was he never shut up. And that just reminds me so much of Enzo. He is a talker. He is a talker. He's not a wrestler. But the fact that they took the title off of Neville, someone who was the strongest built champion in the company for how long, actually made that title worthwhile, reinvented himself and done his best work of his career, and they took it off him and gave it to Enzo. If that's not a slap in the face, I don't know what it is. And it was a slap to all our faces, and it was just, I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking with that one. Oh, I know the question I was going to ask too, but let me see what the chat said about Enzo. He sucks as a wrestler, but on the mic he brings what the CW is missing. And what exactly is that? Is there anyone else that can talk in the CW? Have you heard of Drew Gulak? Have you heard these other people cut a promo? Brian Kendrick? These other people can also talk, if that's what you're talking about. You're talking about charisma. These people have charisma, Jack Gallagher. It is there. So I don't know about that. Enzo needs to be a manager. He can't wrestle. He can take a bump like a mofo. Too perfect for managing. I see. Perfect for managing. He can also, yeah, absolutely. He can take a bump. We all like to see him get thrown around. He would be an amazing manager. And it boggles my mind that they wanted to turn Cass heel, but he broke him up and had them go against each other. Why? If you wanted them to be heel, turn them heel together and have Enzo be his mouthpiece. I think any of us could have, and that would have been a great, or a much better choice, I should say, than what we have, which is a hurt Cass and a 2-time Cruiserweight champion in Enzo. It makes no sense to me. All Enzo's good for is giving other wrestlers something to riff off of, like last night Gulak spelling soft properly was funny. Yeah, Gulak is one of those guys, one of many in the CW's, whatever you want to call it, Cruiserweight division, who has it all. He's good in the ring, he is a great talker, but he was overlooked. Remember, Drew Gulak was the jobber of the CW division for a while, especially when it first started out. He was the jobber of the group. So, but now that he's actually getting an opportunity to speak and getting an opportunity to do all these things, people see that, hey, this guy's actually pretty funny. He actually has a personality. How about that? And there's so much of that talent in the Cruiserweight division that it's just, I don't know. It just blows my mind that we don't see it. Bothers me, actually, because I really like a lot of people in that Cruiserweight division, and since its inception, they have just been, for lack of a better word, shitted on. And I don't like it.
Well, I don't like the thought that the Cruiserweights have to be a division where you have people who cut promos.
I agree.
And I thought,
there you go.
For Cruiserweights, I always thought of, Necro's Prime Systems. How did I get that when I need the Fang Prime handle?
Well, I'll have 2 after this, so up to you if you want. Oh, we can run this again. It's totally up to you.
Mission complete. Excellent.
But it's just like the Cruiserweights, from what I remember at WCW. I mean, I'm going back, but and I was just a kid then too. But I always loved the Cruiserweights because they would do stuff in the ring that you never seen before and just blew your mind. And when you had guys at the top of the card in WCW, like the Giant and Lex Luger and Hulk Hogan, who were, for lack of a better term, slugs, and you saw these guys moving at that rate, it was a refreshing change of pace, and it was so cool. And I remember always being into the Cruiserweights and the Cruiserweight matches.
Absolutely.
I think the biggest issue with the current Cruiserweight division is that they are focusing on trying to tell stories and focusing on trying to have characters and promos, when really the focus of the division should be innovative wrestling that you can't see anywhere else. Because if you look at the Cruiserweight Classic, that's what it was built around, and that's why it's still talked about today as the highlight of the Cruiserweight division. Because it was an in-ring based tournament where you didn't have a lot of promos, you just had a couple video packages, and that's it. And that's really all you need with these guys, because they're such incredible athletes that if you just let them wrestle and do what they're best at, man, they would steal the show every night.
Absolutely.
I think maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe they don't want anyone who's going to, steal the show. in that sense. Maybe they don't want that. I don't know. But in my opinion, the notion that they need to have people who can cut promos and etc. in the cruiserweight division is, I think that's out of touch with what a cruiserweight's all about, in my opinion. So, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I'm not a promo type of fan. I don't care much for promos. I get it. It has its place in professional wrestling. It always did. And you know, I'm a wrestling centric person. And I think the main problem with the WWE as a whole, with the WWE period, is the fact that they do not focus on what these people can do in the ring. They have so much talent there right now. I mean, just think about for a second. Each division is stacked with talent, and they do not let them tell a story in the ring like they all can do. And as far as the CWC goes, these guys are so talented, they can go in the ring, and it just blows my mind that they hold them back. We don't need to see these guys cutting promos and having segments and doing all this extra stuff. We want to see some diving. We want to see some high flying. That's what I remember the cruiserweight as being. You know, I go back and watch Halloween Havoc '98 and see Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio put on a classic match that incorporated storytelling, psychology, and amazing high flying moves. What more can you ask for? And when I hear cruiserweight, that's what I expect. That's what I think of. And I do not get it from the CW or whatever you want to call the division. And it just, I don't understand why not. And I really wish they would let those guys go, just like all the other wrestlers that are in the WWE right now that needs to just be let go. But yeah, especially the cruiserweights. Just like that match they had at a recent show. You know, people were not very into it when they were mat wrestling and doing all this extra stuff. But when they... Yeah, the tag match. But when they when they actually turned up in the ring and started hitting their high flying moves, the crowd woke up, the audience woke up, everybody paid attention. That's what they need to do. Let those guys fly. That's what they do best.
It's really simple. I mean, that's the premise of the cruiserweight division. It always has been.
Absolutely, always have been.
Me, a guy like Enzo Amore is like the antithesis of what it means to be a cruiserweight and be a cruiserweight champion. He should be. I mean, he's I don't know. He's the exact opposite of what I think.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. He is the exact opposite. And I don't know. People defend it to the moon, man. They will say, oh, business this, business that. I get it, but I still don't like it. Believe it or not, that's possible. No flying stuff, huh? No fun? I guess so. It's just amazing. You know, we were talking about earlier, well, all these wrestlers that are being fired, or the ones walking out, or the ones that are being let go, they are all confirming exactly what we talk about, exactly what we discuss, exactly what we assume about the WWE, and that is that these people are being held back creatively, with their characters, and especially in the ring. And when you hear people like Swagger, I mean, say what you will, he is a former champion. When you hear people like Swagger and Austin Aries say things like, now I'm free, or I'm finally allowed to do this, I'm finally allowed to do what it just confirms what we initially thought about this company, that they hold them back. And I don't understand why they do that. I don't get it. And people like to use this business excuse for everything. What's the business reason for this? What's the business excuse for holding them back in the ring? Can you explain that to me?
Maybe it's a safety thing.
Is it? Then maybe they work too much. Do we really need an event every 2 weeks?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I know.
What about y'all in the chat? Could y'all do without some of these pay-per-views / events that the WWE put on? Do we need Fastlane and TLC and Hell in a Cell in 1 month and
You and I have discussed before.
Extreme Rules?
Just need the big four.
That's what I think. I think if the WWE had the big four, only the big four, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series, not only would that take some pressure off these poor wrestlers that work way too much, but it will also make the weekly shows even better because then they have the platform to do all these special things, these special returns, these great matches, title changes, stuff that we used to see on Monday nights and Friday nights or Thursday nights, whatever it will come on at the time. But we saw those great moments on Raw and SmackDown. We don't really get that anymore. Everything now happens on all of these events, and they don't feel special because it's 2 weeks apart. And because of that, that is a reason why so many other things, are so bad. It negatively affects so many things. Just like that's where it looks like he's bouncing up and down. Is that thing twerking? Anyway, where was I going? That kind of distracted me a little bit.
Talking about just the oversaturation.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think because we have the shows 2 weeks apart, it's hard to do feuds because they have to do a feud in 2 weeks. They have to start and end a feud in 2 weeks. They have to do this and that, and it's hurting the product. All of these shows are hurting the product. None of it matters. It seems like I don't know. I just feel like there only needs to be just the big four.
And it would also be nice to have champions who are on TV every week.
Yeah. It's funny. My mom asked me, she said, does Brock have a title? I said, yeah, he has a title. She said, really? What is it called? She doesn't even remember the Universal title. And my mom watches Raw religiously. And she doesn't even remember the Universal title. My mom's not that old. She's not losing her mind.
I don't blame her.
But she doesn't remember it. That says a lot, John.
Yeah, it does. But we've been talking about this for a long time now. And I hate it. I hate having a champion who's not there every week. Every chance I have, to say that Brock Lesnar should lose his title, every time he has a match, I hope he loses it.
Yeah,
When
same here.
I hope he lost it. Fatal 4-Way, I hope he would lose it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like it's going to change until
your boy.
Until Roman gets his shot, yeah.
You know how I feel about Brock. And for those that don't know, I don't like him. I never cared for Brock Lesnar. I've never been a fan of big guys anyway. But Brock, I never cared for. Never did. So I would be perfectly fine if he was never on my TV ever again. And I feel, I won't say I feel the same, but as far as Braun Strowman goes, I know everybody loves him. He's the MVP. He's the only good thing about Raw, some people says. I don't care for Braun Strowman either. He's just not my type of wrestler. He's not very entertaining to me. He sucks as a promo. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care for the big, what they call them, hoss, whatever. I don't know. I don't care for it. But I would take Braun Strowman as my champion over Brock Lesnar any day of the week. Because I know he is going to be there on Monday nights. And that's enough for me.
Exactly.
That's enough for me. So I don't know.
Couldn't agree more.
It's just weird. No one cares about the fruit roll-up title. Nice name. Even before Brock, worst thing they did was retire the World Heavyweight title. I don't think it matters what the title looks like or what it's called. If the champion is not present, why should anyone care about that title? It can be the heavyweight. It can be whatever you want it to be. But if the champion is not present, you don't see him, and you have fans that watch the show every Monday actually forget there was a title, is it really helping or fixing anything? I don't think so.
I don't like the U.S. or the Universal title either. I don't like the name. I don't like the look of it.
Same here.
Whoever said that, I agree with that.
I don't care for it either.
But I don't think that you need to have a certain title in order to, in order for wrestling to be good. You don't have to have a certain title or, you can still get a title over. It doesn't matter what title.
Exactly. Which is my point. Exactly my point. So I don't
When
know.
Finn Balor had it, it was probably going to be a pretty prestigious title.
Yeah, if he didn't get injured, I think that title picture will be probably a little bit different. Not as much since their plans for so long now was Reigns and Lesnar. But I think people would care more about the title because you would have seen it every Monday. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think that matters more than what people realize. Honestly, the worst thing that happened was John
I was a
Jones
bigger
failing
fan
his
of
drug
Big
test
Bone
again.
Phillips and stuff.
That is a very good point. Yeah, that guy failed his drug test, and that's why Brock didn't have to go fight, and so we still have him here with us. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So this is all his fault. Shame on him. People would still make fun of it regardless if Finn was champ or not. I don't care if they make fun of it. We can talk about it all day long. That's fine. We can talk about how it looks or the name. That's fine. As long as the champion is on TV, as long as the champion is there, booking properly, as long as that's fine, I don't care about the name. I don't care about what it looks like. Whatever. I can get past that. I may not like it, but whatever. I'll get over it. You know what I mean? So I don't know how important that really is. I don't know. I guess I'm only speaking for me personally. This is only my opinion, but I don't care much about what it looks like well, I won't say I won't care. It's just in this situation, if I had to choose, either having a pretty title with a cool name or having a champion that was on TV every week and good storylines with the heavyweights, I would choose the latter.
Of course.
But, that's just me, I guess. I don't know. Well, we'll see. Apparently, right now, their plans still are no matter what happens, Vince can get. He can get signs from God, if you want to call it that, with failed drug tests from Roman.
Man, it's God. What are you talking
Oh, well,
about?
there you go. Yeah, well, maybe it's the devil then. Somebody is making Roman sick and making him fail drug tests, trying to give Vince some type of hint that, hey, maybe you should choose someone else. But nah. And it looks like the plans for WrestleMania are still set. Are you looking forward to a Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns match, John?
Can't wait.
I assume that was sarcasm.
Oh.
I assume that is too.
No.
Um,
You know.
yeah, I noticed that too. That Bo Dallas and JoJo were on Monday, but they didn't say anything about Roman or Bray, which makes me wonder: are they really sick? I don't know.
You think they're not really sick?
When I first heard about that with Roman, especially, I immediately thought, oh, it's another wellness violation. Like for sure.
Oh, you think so?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Mm-hmm. I really don't think he's sick. I'm sorry.
What is he getting?
Ooh.
What's he getting? What's he getting wellness for?
Adderall again. Whatever it was the first time.
Adderall? Smoking weed?
Oh, God. I don't know.
Maybe that's why he's got that pot belly. You know, like Cody said, because he keeps going to the refrigerator. He's got the munchies.
Maybe. That could be it. I mean, Roman does cover up for a reason. You would think somebody that hot would show more skin. Yeah, that's because there is a little extra on on that bulletproof vest or whatever it is you want to call it. Yeah, a little bit of extra meat. Some of that's on there. But who am I to judge? I like that kind of thing. Anyway, so yeah, that's your title picture, John. But I also have another question for you.
Oh, Jesus.
I hope you're ready. I'm gonna grill you tonight, at least while I have you. Roman's vest is really a giant nicotine patch. There you go.
There it is.
That makes sense.
He's got it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
He's a head smoker.
That's great. I love that. I even remember I was gonna ask you. Oh, I know. Do you remember a wrestler named Kane? Yeah. Do you remember a wrestler named Kane?
I remember the guy who's on TV every Monday now. Oh yeah, I remember Kane.
So you remember like his career at all for the last 20 years?
Oh, of course.
If not, you can easily like YouTube and look on the network for like some of his
I keep
moments
thinking DDS.
and all that stuff, right? I mean, that's all accessible to you, correct?
Correct.
So, do you think someone like Kane, who's had 20 years of terrorizing people, do you think he needs to be built up as a monster in 2017?
um,
I'm just curious.
I don't know. What do you think?
No, I don't think he needs that. I think Braun could use it. Maybe Bray. Um, who else? Maybe Joe. Kane, not so much.
Look, at this rate, I don't even know why Kane's on my TV. When he showed up, it's another thing for me where it's like, why is there not a younger guy? Why was that not Joe coming back?
Thank you.
Yeah, he was also injured at the time. He could have easily, and I don't know. I don't know. It's another one of those things where it's like they rely on the past so much, and now you got HBK and Kevin Nash and Undertaker coming back for the 25th anniversary of Raw. Like, man, you know what? They're gonna start having to bring these guys out in wheelchairs just to sell tickets. I mean, they're not building any new stars.
No, they're
Who's
not.
in this company in 5 to 10 years. You know, I just don't see it right now. You think it's gonna be Roman Reigns? Because I sure as hell am not buying a ticket to go see Roman Reigns 10 years from now. Fuck that shit.
Joe is not a monster? Yeah, say it to his face. Um,
Joe is not a monster.
yeah, he said in chat that Joe is not a monster. I don't know what you think Joe is. Have you seen Joe? Do you know who Samoa Joe is? And you don't think he's a monster? Yeah, like I said, say it to his face. You know who definitely doesn't need...
I guess he's not a monster size-wise. He's not very tall, but...
You know who doesn't need a win? Finn Balor. It's fine if he loses clean to Kane. Is that sarcasm, or do you actually believe that?
That's gotta be sarcasm.
I hope it's sarcasm. From the person that said it, I figured that it is sarcasm. And it's amazing that, that just goes to show you how much wins and losses matter now to the WWE and to the fans or audience of the WWE. He said 100% sarcasm. I figured. How much? What do you guys think in the chat? John, what do you think? Should wins and losses matter?
That shouldn't even be a question. That's a stupid fucking question. Why even have a fucking wrestling match if the wins and losses don't matter? I'm sorry. I just don't. That blows my mind when people ask that question. Do wins and losses really matter? What's the point of wrestling if not wins and losses? That's why you get in the ring to win, and to win the match, win the championship. And it's like in WWE, it's not about wins and losses, and it's not about championships. It's about demons and bugs and superheroes, and I'm just not about it. It's like a carnival as opposed to wrestling, is what it feels like. I could be way off though. I'm just one fan.
Yeah, you could be. I'm sticking to Joe doesn't need to be a monster when he has established that. I don't think Joe has established enough that he's a monster. I mean, let's look at what happened. The injury really messed him up. But then he exterminate, huh? But he also got beat by Lesnar like that, and I think he needs some type of whatever to help him, help people realize that, hey, this guy is a badass. He is a monster. So I really do think the type of push that Kane is getting right now really should be for someone like Joe. To me, that makes more sense. I'd rather see Joe than Kane. I have nothing against Kane, but why are you here? Shouldn't you be mayor somewhere? So I don't know. But yeah, back to wins and losses. It does sound like a stupid question, but it's amazing to me that a lot of people believe that they do not matter. And I don't understand that. You know, oh, a loss won't hurt him. How can a loss not hurt you? Say that to a football team or a basketball team. How can a loss not hurt you? How is that possible in anything in life? I don't get it. I don't get it. So it's amazing to me that people feel this way. Anywhere else, those losses matter. Anywhere else. But it's okay if it's Finn. But it wasn't bad. It took 3 choke slams. I don't care if it took 30. I'd rather have Finn on my TV, who I'm not a huge fan of, by the way. But I'd rather have him on my TV than Kane. Hello?
That's right.
I can't believe we're having this conversation. Like, Kane blows my mind. It's not a script. It's a... Okay. Well, you've seen them understand what it is. If it's professional wrestling or if it's an actual sport, if that's how you want to look at it. What's the point in doing it if you're not trying to get to the top? What's the point in doing it if you're not trying to reach the ultimate goal, which is the title? In order to do that, you can't do that by losing.
Oh, no. If someone said that if it's not a sport, they're right. WWE is not presenting it like a sport. But then, to me, it's more like you're just watching a TV show drama. And if that's the case, then that's not why I watch pro wrestling. There are different fans out there. That's the truth.
That's true.
Some people like watching like TV shows and soap operas and dramas and stuff like that. That's cool. But for me, when I watched wrestling, I always watched it like it was a sport where the championships were the most important thing, and that's what you were always working towards, was to win matches, to get your title shot and win the championship. And in my opinion, that's when wrestling in essence is at its best.
Absolutely.
I think they've lost that in WWE, and they are going for more of like just it's just a weekly show. It's an episodic television show, like as the world turns. And to me, that's not what I'm interested in. I'd much rather watch, a legitimate sport, even if it is at the end of the day predetermined. But there are different fans out there, and that's cool if you like something else. But to me,
absolutely,
he's right in what he says. Wins and losses in that environment, they really don't matter, and especially not when basically, most of your audience doesn't remember what happened the week before. Like, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, because the booking of it makes you not care. I mean, why? How? It depends on really where they go from there. If Kane beats Seth Rollins and he beats Finn Balor and he beats or hits Daniel Bryan, whatever, okay. So no one should be able to really stop Kane, right? So who is this big babyface person that's gonna destroy Kane finally, since he just ran through 3 very popular guys on the main roster? But wasn't Braun Strowman just put into a trash or garbage, whatever he was put in, dumpster, whatever. Sure, whatever the hell you want to call it. Wasn't he just put into that? So I mean, if this guy got jumped by these guys, and didn't he lose to Kalisto? And why should I care about Braun Strowman anymore? Just because he says a funny line here and there, I'm not finished with you yet. Why should I care?
About Braun Strowman because that's what they're telling you to do right now. Because
are
it's
they?
Just a TV show. Because it's just a TV show. I mean, that's really what it is anymore. If you want to enjoy WWE, you have to get to the point where you just do whatever they tell you and like whatever they tell you to like, because they're not going to change for you at this point. And the wins and the losses don't matter. It's basically a TV show. It's like, The Walking Dead. You can't really tell what you want the producers to do on The Walking Dead. You just watch the show, and that's what happens.
Well, I don't know if that's a good example, because that's actually pre-written and they need to follow the comic book more. Maybe the show would be watchable. But that's another conversation.
Okay, so maybe it's not the best example.
But I get it. I'm just messing around. I get it. Sure. Yeah, absolutely. It's just... But Vince told me, John, that they listen to the fans. So...
That's a lie.
You can't call Vince McMahon a liar. He's been in this business for some years.
Some years. Yeah, I know.
So I mean, I don't understand. What do you mean? He said they listened, so Someone must have told him, "Hey Vince, I like for my champion to sit at home." And he like, "Really?"
Listen to the fans, though. I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of people love Brock Lesnar.
That is true. He does have a following. People go nuts when he shows up. That is very true.
And that's why I told you. The WWE fan base is a different kind of fan base, which is why when it comes to wrestling, you have to find the product that's best for you. And that's why for me right now, like I said, if you're a fan out there who feels lost when watching WWE, I mean, try New Japan, because for me, I found a product that was and is written the way I think professional wrestling should be. That's what it really comes down to. And everybody has a different idea of what wrestling is to them, and that's fine.
Yeah, totally. But that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna...
If you're gonna ask me for my opinion on WWE, I will tell you how I feel.
Exactly, same here. Those who know me know I don't mind giving my opinion. AJ dropped the title to Baron Corbin, and now AJ is getting a title shot. I get what you were saying, but the main reason why we started talking about this was because of Kane. Kane is not AJ or Baron Corbin. So, I mean, you really okay with it being Kane to do that to Finn Balor because losses should count like they did with AJ losing to Baron Corbin? Is that really the same thing?
Well, actually, from what I remember, isn't it usually in WWE you win the mid-card title and then you go to the heavyweight title? So I guess in that sense, it does kind of make sense, right?
Well, no, because it's not like that. It hasn't been like that in years.
Right. So then I guess you're right. It doesn't make sense. But at the end of the day, like, if if wins and losses don't matter, then that's why AJ gets to go for the title now. So
yeah,
there you go.
There you go. Sorry, that I don't know. I'm not okay with it. And you say Brock equals money? Yeah, Brock does equal money.
Brock does equal money.
And like like we were saying, business-wise, it makes sense for Brock's booking. But as far as a professional wrestling company goes, which I thought WWE was, how does it look when your champion, your top guy, is sitting at home every Monday? I mean, if you show up every Monday...
As long as they're making money, that's what they really want.
But what are you fighting for if the title isn't even there? Why are you fighting? Shouldn't you fight for the title? Isn't that what it should be all about? Why play a football game if you're not trying to get to the Super Bowl? Isn't that the end goal? Isn't that what this is all about?
Titles don't matter in WWE, though.
That's the problem. That is the problem. Yes, Brock can make money without having a title, absolutely. And that match between him and Roman would be still an attraction without the title. It would still be an attraction. He does not need the title. There is no reason for Brock to have it. No reason at all. Exactly. If he said if Brock doesn't have the title, there's no point of Brock being there. Exactly. That's exactly right. He's at home, damn it. Let him stay at home with Sable without the title. That's a life. Isn't it? I mean, come on.
I don't know, man.
I mean, that's me personally, because I don't care for Brock. Never did. Don't like him. He's terrible. I hate him. I don't say I hate him, but I never liked him. As a wrestler, I never liked the guy. He was always not very good at all to me. Sorry. Don't care for him. So yeah, let him stay at home. There is no point in having him. You're absolutely right. And of course, this is all my opinion. All my opinion. None of this is facts. It's just how I feel about everything. Oh, so annoying. WWE, why? Well, I mean, we started talking about Kane and Finn. And then Kane and Seth. Seth has been pinned by Kane on Raw 3 times so far. He has not beaten Kane. He is 0-3, if I'm not mistaken. And those other or last or the 3 times that he fought Kane were all before or all after 2010. That should bother people. That should bother people more, because is Kane our future?
If he wants it, I mean, how long was Hulk Hogan on top for?
But
You know, it's just what wrestling is sometimes.
but was Hogan on top? Like, did he take some years off and come back, and then take some years off and come back? Or was he on top consistently?
Yeah,
Was he
a
there?
year here and a year there. Didn't he? Did he go film like Baywatch and some shit? And then he went and came back to WCW and was at the top. And then he left and came back to WWE and was. I mean, he won the WWE title back in like 2002, I think it was.
But we're talking about the same company, because Kane didn't go anywhere. And that's who we're comparing this to. What is that? I see it. Oh, there it is. So, I mean, is that what we really want? Do we really want Kane right now? That's who needs the building. But we're talking about when Hogan was really on top, and that really wasn't WCW. That was more so of WWF back in the day.
Was that really when Hogan was on top?
I think so.
I mean, he was pretty over in the early, in the 80s and early or late 70s in WWF. I mean, that's where he kind of built his reputation, right?
So are
For
we?
me, in WCW, it was kind of like WCW, if they were really thinking about the future, that's the reason why WCW kind of failed, is because they kept Hulk Hogan around instead of putting new talent over.
Put a new talent over. History repeats itself.
Well, but at the same time, I don't know. Like, they made a shit ton of money in WCW, and that's really right now what WWE's all about. They're just trying to make money.
Well, we're not talking about money right now. Because I don't know about you, but I don't care that much about money when it comes to what I want to see in wrestling. We can talk about business all day long. I'll change the name of the stream, and we can talk about the business aspect of wrestling all day long. That's not what I'm talking about.
I know. I'm just trying to say I get where they're.
Oh, I know. I know. I get it. I get it too. Totally. I totally get it.
I totally disagree. But
Same here. They're just building Kane so he makes Braun look better when he wins. So why not just build Braun instead? Absolutely. You know, it's amazing how something that simple makes so much sense, but it is lost on so many people. So many people. Build up Braun instead of Kane. People know who Kane is. I don't understand why we think Kane needs to be built up. Maybe I'm missing something here. Maybe I don't get it.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you.
I don't know, man. There's a room back here. I don't know if you've been there or not. Yeah, you did. You've been there. I just haven't. I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's just weird to me. I'd rather them build up Braun. And like I said, I'm not a fan of Braun. But I'd rather have Braun on my TV than Kane right now. And not Shawn Michaels is my...
I'd rather them build up a championship. And I guess they're doing it all. The thing is like... For some reason, I get the feeling that Vince took a look at what's going on with New Japan, with Okada, and he was kind of like, oh, well, if I just stick the title on somebody for a long time, people are automatically going to think it's very prestigious. And honestly, like, those two things do not go hand in hand.
No, they
I
don't.
hope that he doesn't expect that with this title. And I know there's a lot of people now who are going to probably say some shit like that and be, well, it's such a prestigious title because of how long someone like Brock Lesnar held it. I don't know if that's the case.
Yeah,
Okada had so many glorious defenses of that title. That's what made it truly prestigious. It's not always just the championship; it's the champion as well.
Absolutely.
But I really would like to see them try something out like that. And I think they might be trying it with Jinder too. I think Jinder might be champion through WrestleMania.
I think so too. I
So
think
they
so
really-
too.
I mean, they're doing long-term booking.
Yeah,
You're right.
that's
What
what
they
we
only
that's
asked
what we
for.
want, right? Yeah.
Oh, that's what we want.
Somebody new, and it's long-term booking. That's what we want.
Maybe we're just spoiled. Maybe we're bad fans.
Maybe that's the thing. Oops. I don't know, you guys. Like I said, I have nothing against Kane, and I don't care for Braun, but I'd rather have Braun built up as a monster and on my TV than Kane. And you're absolutely right. If you need to build someone after 20 years, you really suck at this. You're absolutely right. You really don't need to build someone that's been around for 20 years.
And especially not Kane, who everyone just knows automatically is a monster. Kane is just default monster.
Yeah. And especially at the expense of two of your most over people on the roster, Finn Balor and Seth Rollins. If you're gonna put somebody over, that's why we need Darren Young. That's why we need jobbers like that for situations like this. Not these people that are over that are on your main roster. So, I mean, you know, I don't know. I wish I could understand it, but I do not. Ready to get out of here?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Another job well executed.
So weird.
Interesting time to be a wrestling fan.
Yeah, I was gonna call it weird, but yeah, interesting too. Very interesting.
Alright, I think I'm gonna take a little break.
Well, you take a little break. And I will not take a break. No days
Yes,
off, right, Darren Young?
No days off.
Sorry, Darren Young. Too soon? Anyway. WWE is weird. Vince is weird. Old, ornery old man. That needs to be at home with his grandkids.
Put Triple H in charge.
Put Triple H in charge. You know,
Let's get
it's
some NXT booking.
that's what I was gonna bring up. You know, we were talking about what makes a title matter, what makes it prestigious or whatever. When you think about someone having a title for a long time, how that's supposed to make it look worth something, look at Asuka. Asuka had the title for how long? Way more than Goldberg did, right? She was like 500 and something days. But she also put on awesome matches. Time and time again with so many people that were on the roster. That right there makes the title look good. That makes the title mean something. So, I mean, again, you know, we need our champion on TV. That's just it at the end of the day. Yeah, I knew it was 500 and something, but I wasn't really sure. So, but anyway, enough about Brock because, blech. I think the next topic that I want to talk about with you guys is probably my favorite one, and that is women's wrestling. Oh yeah, you knew it was coming. I love women's wrestling so very much. But you know who doesn't? The WWE. They don't like it very much. And I don't understand why. I'll probably wait for John to get back to talk about this because I would like to hear his opinion on it. But yeah, it sucks. So, next topic. If you're ready.
Let's do it.
Women's wrestling. My favorite. I love women's wrestling, John. Did you know that?
I had a pretty good idea.
Yeah, did you? I wonder what gave it away. Probably when I said it. Anyway. Let's talk about the state of women's wrestling in the WWE right now.
You sure you want to talk about that?
I don't know, because I may get loud like I did a few minutes ago. I do apologize about it, by the way.
Get loud.
It's bad. Oh, what's this? I should switch. Let me switch my weapon. How do you guys in the chat feel about women's wrestling right now? Becky is so over. She's cheered no matter what, against anyone, even in shit matches. But who cares? Make her lose 90% of the time. Hey. You know, I hate to be a broken record, but I still say when Becky lost that title, you know, she got injured and she kept the title. But when they took it off her without even trying to build her up as a face, and they took it off her and gave it to Alexa, and then they made her look so stupid in that feud, that killed her right there. And that was at the beginning of the brand split. And ever since then, it's been downhill from there for Becky. Which is a bummer.
She is the captain of Team SmackDown now. So.
Oh, well, I'm sure being captain of Team SmackDown means that she's going to be the #1 contender, right?
Right.
Yeah. I'm sure that's what that means. I don't know, man. It just blows my mind with they have a gym on SmackDown called Becky. And they completely messed it up. Becky should have held it for 6 months or more. She was by far the best woman on SmackDown at the time. Couldn't agree more. And she was over. And she has been over for how long now? That match at WrestleMania 32 was supposed to be a one-on-one. But they put Becky in it because she was over. She was over then. And it did not dwindle at all. Remember when they introduced the SmackDown title? The fans hijacked that segment with chants for Becky. Do you remember that? Over.
Yep.
She won a title. She was over. She cut that promo on Alexa. She was over. The crowd went nuts for her. But here comes Miss Bliss.
Your favorite.
Here she comes. Dead. Becky dead in the water. Blows my mind, I tell you. Blows my mind. And now she's doing what? She's captain of the SmackDown team. That's what she's doing. Because why not? That's the only reason. Because why not?
Well, we'll see what happens, but I have a feeling she's going to get a title shot down the line.
I'm glad you have that feeling, because I don't. The way I will book... You're right. He said they try to ruin her, and she still gets cheered. Absolutely. She does. The way I would book SmackDown, the women, I would have Charlotte get the title from Natalya, and have Charlotte turn on Becky, setting up a match between the two at WrestleMania if you want. That's fine with me. Now there's some in between there or whatever. We can work that out some other time, but that's where I would go. I would have Carmella.
What about the Money in the Bank?
I would have her try to cash it in and lose it. Because I don't think anybody with a brain wants to see Carmella as a champion.
But Heat, though.
Heat?
Heat. You know, heel Heat.
You know, that's another question I want to ask. You guys in the chat, and also you, John. How much does heel Heat matter? When is it a good thing? When is it a bad thing?
What is heel Heat?
What is heel Heat? You tell me. I ran to capture the person. I'm coming back.
Excellent work. Interrogate the captain
What is heel heat, John?
Heel heat is getting booed.
Come on. I'm sorry. It's the stalker.
That's what it is.
No, the stalker. Is it you? It's me. Why do you always get me when I'm on this character? I was on Saren for how long? And as soon as I switch, he comes after me.
I'm putting the bubble up.
What an asshole. I'm sorry.
Right over.
You're right, absolutely.
And then 19 next round.
Man, what a douchebag.
Here he is.
He's gonna kill me, but whatever. I'm about to die, y'all, because the stalker wanna come after me right now. There it is. Whatever. Who cares? Fuck that guy. Be careful, because he's trying to... He's still here for some reason.
He's a douchebag.
He is a douchebag. Get out of here. Why won't you go? I died already. It's probably this bubble is keeping him here. Maybe I can kill him before he goes.
Damn, he's coming after me.
He
What the
is! Put the bubble back up. Put the bubble back. Ah!
fuck? Ooh, get off of me, bro.
What is with this guy?
He is mad at me. Holy shit.
Come back, cause he's leaving the bubble. I was gonna kill him. Come back. Oh, why did you go? I would have killed him. Anyway, this guy is the worst. Oh, I hate the stalker and he hates me. What were we talking about? Women's wrestling? Okay. What were we talking about, dude?
We're talking about heel heat.
Heel heat. That's right. What is heel heat?
What is heel heat?
How important is it? And, you know, why do we have to stoop to so many levels in order to get it? And why is that important?
Well, is there good heel heat? Is there bad heel heat? That's a good question, too.
That is a good question. What do you think?
So what do you think?
Ash first.
Yeah, there definitely is good heel heat and there is bad heel heat. There's go away.
Can you give me an example of each?
An example of go away heat versus an example of heel heat.
Or good heel heat and bad heel heat?
Okay. Good heel heat would have been like, I don't know. There's lots of good examples of it. The night after Survivor Series 1998, when The Rock joined the corporation and turned heel, and he came out that night and the fans chanted "Rocky sucks" to his music. That was good heel heat.
Mm.
What would you define as go away heat? Let's see. Probably, if you look back at some of like the Muhammad Hassan stuff, I think sometimes Jinder Mahal gets there, where it's go away heat. And I don't know why I look at those characters in particular because they're both kind of similar, but
I was gonna point that out. Mm-hmm.
Like, they're trying to like bait you.
Mm-hmm.
That gets a lot of that kind of heat.
Absolutely. Absolutely. When you go to one of the taboo subjects, which is usually, you know,
Any kind of race.
gender, race, sexual orientation, whatever. When you have to stoop to doing something involving those topics, yes, stereotypes, to me that automatically equals bad heel heat.
Yeah.
Automatically. When you have your champion talking about how someone from another country, or mocking how someone from another country talks, to me that is bad heel heat.
I need to die. We die.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right. I don't think anyone should stoop. Even when you're talking about someone's age, I think to me that is trying way too hard to get some heat that you're just not good enough to get on your own.
Yep.
Which goes back to another subject. Why do they even try with heels that can't get heel heat? Why even try? Because when you look at Carmella, who wasn't doing it as a face, turned her heel and she was doing pretty okay. But she still wasn't getting the heat that she needed to be a legit, believable heel. So they put James Ellsworth with her, someone that most people legitimately hate. And that helped her out tremendously. But even he got stale after a while, and people stopped caring. So what did they do? They decided to have the first ever women's Money in the Bank match. And who won that match? I don't care how you put it, it was James Ellsworth. Why? Because Carmella needed her lackey or her manager or her valet to help her win, and that's what heels do. Right? Is that good or bad heel heat though?
Right.
Is it good or bad?
Was the response that they got that night, was that what they really wanted? I don't think so.
Was it worth it? Because no matter how much we're going to be talking about Carmella for years to come, we won't, by the way. First ever woman's Money in the Bank match is already written now and is won by James Ellsworth. Was it really worth it? What about the fans that really wanted to see a good Money in the Bank match?
You think there were fans that really wanted to see a good Money in the Bank?
Apparently not. I'm not one for gimmick matches.
Oh, I'm being sarcastic.
Oh, I get it. I get it. Yeah, Money in the Bank was one of those gimmicks that I really, really wanted to see women compete in. Money in the Bank and the Royal Rumble is one of those things that I really wanted a women's version of. And those who talk to me know when I found out they were doing it, man, was I excited. And how did they just shit all over my little hopes and dreams?
They just shit all over it.
By having James Ellsworth win that match. The amount of anger that I felt, I can't even begin to describe. That was just the absolute worst. But it's all about that heel heat, right?
Symptom of a larger problem. I'm telling you, all these things that are going on with WWE that we're not fans of, I think they're all symptoms of a larger problem. And it's what fan base do they really care about?
Right.
I think it's a certain fan base they're after right now, and it's not the one that we're a part of.
Obviously not. Obviously not.
They don't care about they're going after the casual fan, they don't care about the hardcore fan.
You know, I was reading this thing on Reddit. Yeah, I do visit Reddit sometimes, whatever, don't judge me. And they were talking about, this one random reviewer of matches named Dave Meltzer. Believe it or not, people actually care about what he thinks. And his review of matches matter to a lot of people, right? His star ratings. And so I was reading about all of the 5 to 4 star women's matches in the last, 3 or 4 years? And they listed 14. And this was WWE. It wasn't like other companies. And
wow, that's pretty good.
they listed 14. Do you know how many of the 14 that Sasha Banks was in?
Oh, at least 10.
9. Very close. She was in 9 of the 14 highest rated women's matches in the WWE in the last, I think it was either 2, 3, or 4 years.
Sounds like Dave Meltzer's a fan.
Sounds like he's a fan. Or maybe he just has eyes. Because when you look at this girl in the ring, you can see how good she is. And this is with people like, of course, Charlotte, of course, Becky, of course, Bayley. But just variations, of those people. They always have great matches because they're super duper talented. Of course, Asuka had a few in there, here and there. But Sasha was in 9 of the 14 matches. But what did Sasha do on the last event or pay-per-view? Do you remember?
She was on the pre-show.
She was on the pre-show. She was on the pre-show. This is the woman that has put like half of the roster through the best matches of their career. Sasha, one person done that. And she was on the pre-show on the last event. Now, I'm not saying that, hey, I'm a Sasha fan, obviously, and she needs to have the title forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. No, I get it. I get it. And that,
To be clear, she's the woman that you should build that division around.
thank you. That was my point.
It's very clear.
That's my
And
point.
the thing that makes Sasha Banks so great is that she is in essence about as close to perfection as you can get when it comes to what you look for in professional wrestling.
Absolutely.
I mean, she has not only the in-ring ability that's proven, that track record is there, but as a character and, the ability to cut promos, she's got the complete package, the total package. She's like Lex Luger, except she's way better than Lex Luger.
Yeah, you know what I like about her more than anything is the fact that she is the most critical person about herself. We all have our opinions on everybody, but she is the most critical person about herself. She barely watches her own matches back because she thinks all of them are bad. It's amazing to me, really. She hated the Hell in a Cell match. She hated the fact that she couldn't go through that damn table. She was so mad at that. That humbleness right there, if that's the word, it's going to be today, that says a lot to me. She is a student of the game. She is always finding ways to get better. She seek out help. She's not afraid to ask for it, to learn, to watch, to study. I respect that. Because you don't see that, especially out of a lot of female wrestlers in the WWE. I can't speak for other companies because I know it's there. But as far as the WWE goes, you don't see that anymore. Now, I'm not saying that a lot of the women aren't like that, Bayley, Becky. I'm not saying that at all. We're only talking about Sasha here. I mentioned her specifically, so that's why I'm saying this about her. But she is a student of the game. She wanted to be on SmackDown or around AJ Styles so she can pick his brain. That right there should be enough, right there. She obviously knows that AJ is one of the best in the business right now, and she wants to pick his brain. Who knows what he would have told her to make her better? I can't help but respect that. And for someone that good, who is constantly getting better, to be on a pre-show, I don't get it. I don't get it. That brand should have been built around either her or this one little lady named Bayley. It should have been built around somebody like that. Now, people have their opinions on Bayley too, which I totally understand. Bayley is no Sasha or Charlotte or Becky, for that matter. But Bayley had the type of character which this company likes that could really carry a brand, in my opinion. If built properly, I really think she could have been one of the top baby faces in the company.
Sure.
Without a doubt. But the damage they have done to Bayley.
Oh, she's done. She's gonna have to either turn heel or do something to even
star over here.
Try to stay relevant. And I hate the thought of her turning heel, so I hope that she doesn't do that. But it seems like that's the only thing she can do right now. Because what other direction is she gonna go in? It's
right.
Terrible. There's literally like nothing for her anymore.
No, it's sad. Look what happened Monday. She got beat up by Nia Jax again. It's just. It blows my mind with what they did with Bayley. Sasha, what they did with Sasha is bad enough. I mean, it's really bad what they did with Sasha, but man, I don't think it gets any worse than what they've done with poor Bayley. And honestly, I can kind of get Sasha, but to me, Bayley is like the easiest person to book. Her character is the easiest character to book. I don't see how you can mess that up unless you're doing it on purpose. Seriously. Blows my mind, man. But hey, here come Miss Bliss. It's funny. Wherever she goes, it all goes downhill. Look, those who know me know I don't like her, but I don't like her for a reason, because I see nothing there. I see nothing there. I don't care about promos nearly as much as most people do, or the WWE. So if you take away that from her, she's nothing to me. And wherever she goes so far, she brings the division down. And I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'll never understand why this girl is getting such a Roman Reigns push when she has barely improved in the ring at all. I know they don't care about that. I get it. She's barely improved.
It's their idea of a great champion.
She is their idea of a great champion, and she is not championship.
She's gonna do the whole 9 yards, man.
She's not championship material in my book, at all. At all. But you know, total divas. It's all about those total divas. You know what I'm talking about.
That's right.
That's what it's all about. Amazing. It really is amazing to me. They have so much talent in this company, in every division, but for some reason, they just cannot get it right. Blows my mind. Do you remember Charlotte? Do you remember her?
Yep.
You remember the kind of run she had when she was on Raw?
She was on top.
She was on top. The Festival of Friendship, or I should say, the friendship between Jericho and KO, and the feud between Sasha and Charlotte were the only two things watchable on Raw in 2000, or towards the end of 2016.
It wasn't even great. It was good though.
Mhm.
It was a lot better than it is right now.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. But where is Charlotte now? Yeah, she got stuff going on in her personal life. I'm not taking that away. You know, I'm not gonna discount that or whatever. But where is Charlotte? She's there with Becky. That's where she is. Where is Bayley? She's down there with Becky. Where's Sasha? She's there too. But we're supposed to good job. But we're supposed to care about these women fighting these UFC girls at WrestleMania, right? Because they definitely been built up as monsters, and they have a chance to beat these MMA UFC girls, right, John?
It's about making money, baby. That's what it's about.
It's all about money. It's all about money. If I had to choose between money and having my favorite wrestler, who I know is good, be at the top of the brand as a champion, guess which one I'd choose?
Of course. I think we'd all choose that. Well, most of us would.
Most of us would. Some people care about the money part. They care about the aspect. It makes sense when it comes to the business aspect of it. They like that. They care for it. They watch the product. They support it when they make those decisions. Good for you. That does not mean I'm going to. It's bad enough that we're going to have Lesnar and Reigns at WrestleMania, and we probably would have Jinder and Cena at WrestleMania. The only reason why I would have went, because it's only, 3.5 hours for me? The only reason why I would have went was to see Sasha. But you're going to have her lose, because there's no way they're winning that match. You're going to have her lose to these UFC girls? Yeah. I don't care about that. But anyway, I think that's enough ranting for tonight. What do you think? I'm getting a headache now. I am so upset.
We gotta save some topics for another night.
Yeah. It's just it bothers me. Hey, one last thing I want to point out. This is it, I swear. And it almost brought me to freaking tears, man, when I read it the other day. I saw something that Cesaro said that just blew my mind. He was talking about the 2 out of 3 falls match that he had with Sami Zayn. Do you remember that match?
In NXT, yeah.
Do you remember how amazing that match was?
Yeah.
You know what Triple H said when he saw it?
Well, for Cesaro at least. I mean, that was the last time where I was like, wow, Cesaro, man, that guy.
Yeah. Did you read what he said, what Triple H said about that match, or about him?
No,
He said, wow, that's great. I would have that guy as my champion, or that guy as the top of my show.
Triple H said that.
Now, I'm not sure if he said about Cesaro or Sami Zayn. Does it matter, really? But the fact that he said that about one of those guys tells you right there, this man needs to be in charge.
Sure.
This man needs to be in charge.
Absolutely.
Just think about that. Just think about that for a second. Cesaro and Sami Zayn could have been at the top of the show, top of the brand, could have been our champions if Triple H was in charge. Look up that interview. I don't know what he said exactly, but it was something of that nature, and it just blew my mind that he said that about those guys.
Guess who Alexa's dream opponent is at WrestleMania?
Probably her equivalent, either Kelly or Trish Stratus.
Trish Trish Stratus.
Well, there you go. Like I said, her equivalent. Sorry, I never cared for Trish Stratus. I always thought she was pretty terrible in the ring. She's a pretty girl, pretty to look at, never was good in the ring. Give me Jazz, give me Ivory, give me Molly Holly any day of the week over Trish and Lita. Anyway, enough ranting, John. Stop baiting me. Stop baiting me, okay? But anyway, we're done for tonight. Because I know I'm probably gonna get some heat or some hate for what I just said about Trish Stratus, but I don't care. Come at me, please. John, if they wanted to tweet you and get some more information about New Japan Pro Wrestling, how to watch, and some storyline character updates, and what matches to go look for, who should they tweet?
That's at xjohnneave, JohnNeave.
Talk to this guy about New Japan. He knows all about it. As far as for me, if you don't like what I said about Alexa, if you don't like what I said about Trish, if you don't like what I said about Lita or Brock or any of the people that I mentioned, please at me at EoftheS_ENT. And yeah, let me know how you feel so I can tell you how wrong you are. Thank you.
This rinky-dink little YouTube.
Yeah, and of course, by the way, I need your help. Follow, like, and subscribe my little rinky-dink YouTube page, channel, whatever you want to call it. Eye of the Storm Entertainment. That's what it's called. You see it at the bottom of the screen. Go ahead and do your work, do your duty. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. John, thank you as always. You were lovely.
Oh, my pleasure.
We will do this again. We will talk more about wrestling. Complain. It was more like it, right? Am I right, John? There you go. Wine. That's what we. Whatever. But yeah, this would not be the last one of these. We're going to try to do this on a weekly basis, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. So you should really subscribe to the YouTube channel and click that notification button. That way you'll know exactly when we go live, and you can join us and argue with us, because that's what I like to do. All right, y'all. Happy Halloween. Have a good night. Appreciate it. Thank you for hanging out with us. And yeah, say goodbye, John.
See you later, folks.
See ya.